Coach, why don't you just give us your thoughts on the game first, and then we'll take some questions.
First of all, get that in the right place.
Thank you.
Thoughts on the game is we had a great victory today. We beat a really, really good football team. Cooper Rush is one crazy great player. He's been a great player in this league. Made some throws, particularly first. I didn't even feel bad about how we played defense the first half. We made him earn it. There wasn't guys wide open. We were on him, but he threw the ball and made plays. We got one turnover, and we held him a field goal at the end of the half. I felt actually pretty good at halftime. I think, what was it, 2017 at half?
2017.
Yeah, I actually felt our defense was making them earn it. I know they were earning it and they were making their plays, but I just felt like there wasn't breakdowns. They ran the ball. They went for it on a fourth down and got it, made a play. Obviously, offensively, really good job. We had a good plan. They like to pressure a lot, and we felt like if we could pick up their pressures, we could throw the ball, and hard to pick up their pressures because they're a good pressure team, and we did. We didn't pick them all up, but we did a good job. And you know, when you pick up some zone pressures, there's some chances to throw the ball down the field. And receivers did a good job. Gus did a good job, but really the guys up front and the tailback and Smitty, the guys involved in pass pro, allowed us, because they didn't have, you know, when you bring pressure, obviously, and you play 3 deep 300, 3 deep 200, you're going to have some chances for some plays. So Gus, again, took care of the football, 4 touchdowns, no picks, turned 18 yards, ran when he needed to. Rowe, Shizzo, Smitty, Kenny, everybody. So I don't know. It is a darn good football team that we beat, and we beat them, and we played really well. So couldn't be more pleased, to be honest with you.
Questions?
Coach, the line that you got is really producing right now. I mean, at times, depending how far you want to go back, it's almost a night and day difference. What do you think's been the secret to getting it done?
Just starts with recruiting and starts with the coaches doing a great job. And it's the whole run game. It's receivers, it's tight ends, it's offensive line, it's running backs, all working together. But biggest recruiting, we got a lot of good young linemen, and you know, Rig got hurt in pregame. I mean, I come out for the game, they say Rig's out. I'm like, Rig's out? Like, what are you talking about? They're like, yeah, he hurt something pregame. They didn't even know what it was. Like, he was in the locker room with the doctors, and I'm like, what's the matter? They're like, I don't know. They just said he's out. I'm like, how is he out? We just got through pregame, and we just lost our left tackle, you know. And then I think I don't know how much he played, but Skibbs was in there a bunch, and you know, Swartzy went down again, and Skibbs was in there, and so it's just we got a lot of good young players, and then obviously Buke is a great player at right tackle, and McCollum's doing a great job at right guard. Godlewski's playing like a warrior as a true freshman at center, and they're pushing guys around, and we wore them down again a little bit, and our backs are doing a nice job setting up their blocks. So it's a combination, but we're like I said when we were 0-6, we're 100 times better than the team that beat UMass. Doesn't feel like it when you're 0-6, but we knew we were, and we kept believing, and we kept getting better, and we were better this week than we were at Eastern Michigan. We played a better football game, so it's very, very rewarding for everybody involved.
Yeah, so the final score, 37-17. You guys blanked Central Michigan in the second half. What changed from the first half defensively that allowed you guys to do this?
Yeah, I don't know. We lost Tony Reed, obviously, in the first half. He'll be out the first half. I don't know. I mean, I did, like I said, I didn't think we played bad in the first half. I thought we made him earn it. We got to the quarterback. Obviously, we had some sacks. We had a sack fumble, but we had a sack to stop another drive. We stopped a fourth down. We had tight coverage on the 1 4th down. And then, obviously, it was a low possession game. Every time our offense got on the field, we took a ton of time off the clock. I don't know what the final possession numbers are, 33 to 26 or 34-26. So we did a good job of limited. First half, we only had the ball 4 times. Second half, I don't know how many times we had it. So I don't know that we made any adjustments. I think we were close in the first half to get more stops, and we got the stops in the second half. So, but definitely pressure, I'd say. There was some better pressure in the second half.
Coach, they come out and score on you right away. Then you answer back right away. How big was that to get it going and answer right
yeah,
back?
Yeah, those are the biggest signs of what you notice there. A 7-0 lead a very short time ago would set in panic mode to Miami football, Miami fans. People are turning off the TVs. And we not only answer back, but then the defense gets the interception in the next series, and we answer again, and pretty quickly from 7-0. You know, they scored 5-19. We go 70 plays, 70 yards. We score with 6:17, then we score again at 5:05. So within 4 minutes and 36 seconds, we got a touchdown lead. So not only a good answer by our offense, but then a good answer by our defense with the pick, and then another good answer by our offense with another touchdown.
I guess one thing a lot of people have noticed, and this was shown during the game today, only one penalty by Miami following a span of 4 straight games with double-digit penalties. How have you guys managed to keep that number down?
Yeah, we've been better. I don't know, we talk about it a lot. I beg them to not do stupid stuff. Like a lot of our penalties early in the year. And again, you're going to have aggressive penalties. I get it. Some games they call more. I like this crew. They didn't call a ton. They let us play. They called the stuff that was obvious. But just, we always look at everyone. So, you know, the 10, I never feel bad about 10. There's a time you're going to get a penalty. I get it. There's a PI, the guy's trying to play the ball. But we've just had dumb ones, you know, waiting back to early in the year. We cost ourselves games by just doing dumb things, you know, trying to be tough and over-aggressive and getting personal fouls. So we talk about it. Kids have bought in. They're really trying. We practice and practice. Every time there's anything that looks like a penalty, we like to yell very loud and let them know that that's what's getting us beat. So I don't know the exact answer. If I did, we wouldn't have had all the dang penalties in the first place.
Coach, with Oklahoma State, how well they're playing, a team that lost to Central Michigan, how good does this win feel for you?
Yeah, it just feels good because teams change through the year. But, you know, 7 weeks ago, I sat in here during weather delays and watched the end of that crazy game. But whether they had a Hail Mary or not, the fact that they were within 3 points of Oklahoma State is really, really good. And it shows how good Central Michigan. And we go out an hour later in a late after the 17th lightning delay, and we end up blowing a game to Eastern Illinois, and we're worlds apart. If we'd have played the next week, they're a 25-point favorite over us, you know. So they've had a couple injuries, which has slowed them down. You know, the Kroll kid, their tailbacks out. I mean, they've lost some good players, obviously, which just slowed them down. But we obviously are a way better football team than we were earlier in the year, and so we've obviously closed the gap a lot.
Coach, what about Kenny Young? Not only has he come up with a big play in 4 straight games, but the timing of these big plays is really, you know, something special today. You know, second half, you could use a little momentum. Bang, there it is.
Yeah, well-blocked play, he hit it, and then again used his speed and was gone. And again, with him and Mo, you know, and Rakeem outside, we got 3 guys that we think can make those big plays. Obviously, we were trying to get them involved earlier in the year, then they both got hurt, you know, and they missed. Mo missed almost 3 games, and then he was still coming back from a hamstring, which they said you can play him, but not a lot of reps. I don't even know what that means, you know. So, but getting those guys back full healthy, because Maurice obviously made an impact today too. He had 4 for 28. Kenny had 7 for 84. We rushed for 214. Still can't get a 100-yard rusher. So, but all 4 of our tailbacks are doing good. And we have good balance. We like big backs. We like small backs. Everybody asks me, what do you like? I said, I like a couple of both, really. I like to have some Zoe and Spencer getting the tough inside yards, and then obviously Kenny and Mo with their breakaway speed. So he's been fantastic.
I'm not sure if I saw James Gardner out there today.
He was
How's
out
he
there.
doing?
He did not play. We are very hopeful he'll be very close, if not hard. He was very close today. They said emergency. He could play an emergency. He was cleared to play, but they said if he takes a hit, you're probably going to miss him the last 2 weeks. So we basically decided pregame we would love to have. They really felt like if we give him another 8 days, he's going to be 100%. He could take all sorts of hits next week. So we just said pregame we hadn't practiced all week. Let's roll with our guys. We're used to not having guys play. We don't want to put him out there, miss the last 2 games. We're trying to get him back. So obviously all the receivers stepped up in his absence again.
Anything else?
With you calling the offensive plays, does Gus Ragland open up the playbook for getting more options thanks to his mobility?
I just think, you know, he's a different style quarterback. Every quarterback, there's tons of plays you can call for every quarterback. Obviously, it's a different style than Billy being more of a pocket guy. So the nice thing is we've had all sorts of style of quarter. Like, it doesn't bother me what style. We'll adopt a game plan that fits what they're good at, and we run enough different stuff. So it's I think just getting everybody healthy, getting Mo and Kenny healthy. Like earlier in the year, Spencer McKinnis wasn't there, you know, and we were limited at now we got a full complement of tailbacks. We're using a lot of different personnel and Grant Nemick, and we're giving, I think getting healthy on offense gives us a lot of options to throw a lot of things at them. And I think Gus's legs, obviously, your point is well taken, that his legs add a new dimension and that he's always a run threat.
Very good. Good, appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, any questions for Gus? I got a microphone here too for everybody. Anybody?
Gus, you were up against a pretty good quarterback on the other side too. They go down and score right away, and then you're able to bring them right back down there. How things seem to work pretty well for the offense tonight. Were you expecting things to go that well?
Yeah, we've been playing with a lot of confidence lately, and really just every drive before it even starts, we're confident in how it's going to end. So it was awesome going out there. The O-line played a hell of a game. It was awesome playing with them all day, and then obviously receivers making plays all days. Everyone kind of stepping up, and we're kind of rolling on all cylinders. So very confident, the most confident this offense has been probably since Coach Martin's been here, and feel good going out on the field every drive.
So I'm not sure if you've been keeping track, but ever since you've taken over the offense, 4-0, and you've also had 10 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. How have you been doing this?
Every time I go out there, I see what our defense is doing. I know we have a special defense, so I know if I just take care of the ball, we're going to be in every game. And Coach has been doing a great job scheming up plays with motions, zooms, and orbits and stuff to get some play action and other stuff like that. So the play calling's been great. Everyone's been playing with a ton of confidence, and I know that if I go out there and just take care of the ball, we're going to be in every game. So obviously the defense alleviates a ton of pressure from us.
We were just talking before you came in here about Gardner not being available again, but some of these other guys seem to be stepping up for you. You're getting a couple long passes in there, and Kenny's coming through for you. Got some good hands there.
Yeah, no one's flinching. Everyone's stepping up. It's fun watching Kenny get the ball in open space, obviously, as you guys have seen. So, everyone's just stepping up, playing with a ton of confidence. And, obviously when we get James back, too, that's just going to add another dimension to our offense. So really looking forward to these next 2 weeks and getting to work Sunday.
Yes, you mentioned earlier that the offensive line right now, and you're having a lot of fun playing with those guys. How's the chemistry between you and the line at this point?
It's unreal. I've been telling Coach Barnett and some of the O-linemen that's the biggest difference for me coming from the spring to now is just the unbelievable jump that the O-line has made. Really starting to get close with a lot of those guys, and I got to give them all the credit. They protect me. I think if you can build a good bond and relationship with the O-line, ultimately that's going to be the best case scenario for a quarterback. So super proud of those guys. They just keep getting better every week too. That's a scary thing. So we're going to be playing our best football in week 12 here coming up. So
I wouldn't exactly call you an old timer, but you've been around here for a while. How's it feel for you and for the team as far as really taking this thing and racking up win after win?
It feels great. Obviously, when Coach Martin recruited us, we knew what we were getting into. We knew we kind of walked into a disaster. And just every year we talk about being the guys to kind of turn it around and get things going. And we're not there yet, but it's getting there. And you can feel it. You can feel the energy in the locker room, and you can feel the togetherness of this team. So, like I said, we're just going to keep getting better, and hopefully by week 12 we're playing our best football.
Gus, appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
All right, any questions for Heath?
Heath, big-time quarterback here. He's up there in the national statistics and everything else. What kind of a challenge was that for you and the rest of the defense?
Big challenge, obviously. He's a big-time quarterback, as you mentioned. One of the best in the MAC, top in the country. So we knew coming in it's going to be difficult because he can throw pretty much every ball. And they do it in their offense does a great job condensing the formations down to get their receivers in space to kind of exploit us. But our D-line got a good pressure on him and put him in made him make some throws he didn't want to make. So we capitalized on that.
Yeah, the secondary was really flying around today. Tony had a pick. You had 8 tackles. DeAndre chipped in with 6. How'd you guys manage to get to Cooper like that?
Our D-line's just been playing well all year. They're physical up front, they're fast, and they just run into the ball, and that's the key to being a great defense, just run into the ball. Like, even the secondary, some people think that being in the secondary just cover guys, but not how we play our defense. You got to be able to make tackles and run support as well.
pick up some pretty big first downs. I think in the first drive, they were 4th and 9. He converts, gets it, and they go in and score in that. How is it with the defense these days as far as recovering mentally from these types of things when he gets a big conversion or something like that?
Just knowing that it's our fault mainly. Like we're in good position, and then he scrambles, and then we lose our man, or we're not in the right coverage, or we're not in the right fit. So it's self-inflicted wounds. So we know, like, if we fit it up right, gap it right, we'll have some success. But obviously, 3rd down conversions, 4th down conversions take a toll on you. But our defense knows, like we've been playing all year long, if we get them to drive the ball and keep driving the ball, good things happen for us.
Not that it was the defense anyway, but we were talking here earlier about the penalties and things, cutting down and everything. As far as that goes, have you guys been mindful of these sorts of things, cutting down on penalties and so forth?
I mean, yeah, you're always mindful of it, but you don't want to stop your aggressive play or stop going full speed. But I mean, it's just about mixing your aggressiveness with your mental capability as well, and just playing smart. I think we've gotten better with that through this 4-game winning streak. Our penalties have gone down.
It looked like you were able to contain their run game pretty much, after a while. Does that help when you can take that down a little bit?
Yeah, and I mean, I can't talk. It obviously helps when our offense is rolling too, because we got up on them early, so it forced them to get out of their game plan and pass the ball more and get in formations that they're not used to. Because they had success early with the train play, condensing us down and not getting to the edge. But as our offense kept rolling, they had to spread it out more and do stuff they didn't want to do. And our front seven plays unbelievable ball every game, so having those guys up front is unbelievable and just makes our job easier as DBs.
A couple of the receivers got some pretty good numbers. How tough were they in coverage?
As I mentioned, like their formations and splits it's hard. They condense us down, so it forces us to play off coverage or play some defensive calls that it's not necessarily our best, but we got to play it. And they do a great job scheming us up and getting us an open field and running good routes.
Appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you, guys.